We're going to take a look at Riemann sums with trapezoids. Okay, so trapezoid Riemann sums. Right, so again, we're still looking at the exact same example, the x squared plus 2 function. So I'm just going to draw it again real quick. By this time, you already know what it looks like. This is a listening check. Underline the title, trapezoid rule. So it goes between 1 and 3, and we're doing four rectangles, but in this case it's a trapezoid, so we're going to do still 4 trapezoids. Because essentially we want to compare and see which one is going to give us the closest estimation. Alright, so we're splitting it just like we did before. Now, just a little side note, this is what a trapezoid looks like. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral, which just means a shape with 4 sides that meet, that has 2 parallel bases. Okay, 2 parallel bases. And what does parallel mean? Parallel means that they never meet, like railroad tracks. So where are my 2 parallel bases? Right there. Those are my parallel bases. So notice the base is no longer on the bottom, but it's actually the sides. So the area of a trapezoid is a half b1 plus b2, which represents the 2 bases, times the height. So that's b1, b2, and the height is now what has been the base of our rectangles. But that is the height. And it's the perpendicular distance between the 2 bases. Okay, so just like a quick geometry refresher real quick, because we're going to need it. So number 1, draw a graph. We've done that. Number 2, make the trapezoids. Okay, so we make the trapezoids. They have like this little, just like that. Yep. Alright, then number 3 is what is the height of each trapezoid? Before we were saying what is the base, but remember in this case the height is now the bottom, or what looks like the bottom anyway here. So what is the height of each trapezoid? So the height of the trapezoid is base of the rectangle. The height in trapezoid is base in rectangle. So those are each the height, and remember we split them up evenly earlier in the other videos. So the height of each trapezoid is a half. It hasn't changed. All of them are half. So each rectangle has a height of a half. And now we just need to find base 1 plus base 2. Remember the bases are the ones that are parallel to one another. So that plus that is what I need to add together, and then multiply by a half. Alright, so step 4, plug in all x values to find each base. Remember, again, what was the height in a rectangle is the base in our trapezoid. So just plug in all the x values. So plug in 1, plug in 3 over 2, plug in 2, plug in 5 over 2, plug in 3. So we'll do it here on the side. For rectangle 1, the bases are 1 and 3 over 2. So we need to plug it in to see what the y values are. So f of 1 is equal to 1 squared, which is 1 plus 2 is 3. F of 3 over 2, which is equal to x squared, which is 9 over 4, plus 2. Make the denominators the same, then add. That'll be 17 over 4. R2 shares the same base, one of the bases with R1, with the first rectangle. So that's still 17 over 4. And then the next one is 2. 2 squared is 4, plus 2 is 6. For rectangle 3, again it shares the same base as rectangle, one of the bases of rectangle 2, so it's the same, and we're just plugging it all in. So plugging in 2, we're going to get 4 plus 2 is 6, plugging in 5 over 2, 25 over 4, plus 2, make the denominators the same, 33 over 4, which shares the same one for the next one, and then plugging in 3 is 11. So I'm just going to draw each of these trapezoids, because we're finding the area of each of these trapezoids, just so that you can see what it is and label it. So each height is a half, and the bases, I'm just writing them down. 17 over 4, that's 6, and 33 over 4, that's 33 over 4, and 11. And then we're just going to use the area of a trapezoid, which is a half base 1 plus base 2 times the height, to find the area of each trapezoid and add. So once I find each trapezoid, I'm going to add. I don't know why I said R1. I guess I'm used to it from the previous. It's not R1. It's supposed to. Those are all supposed to be trapezoids, but I'll just leave it like that. Alright, so 1/2 times b1 plus b2 times h, which is 1/2 times, what's the height for every single one? 1/2. And then let's add the bases. So the first one is 3 plus 17 over 4. The second one is 17 over 4 plus 6. The next one is 6 plus 33 over 4. The next one is 33 over 4 plus 11. Alright, make all the denominators the same, so we're going to make them all 4. If you do it at the bottom, do it at the top. So we're going to get 1/2 times 1/2 is a quarter. And then that's going to be 12, 17, 29 plus 24 and 17, 41 plus 57 plus 77, all over 4. So it's 1/4, and I can add all of them because they have the same base. That's going to add up to 204 over 4. Multiply the numerator, 204, multiply the denominator, 16. Simplify by 2, 102 over 8. Simplify by 2 again, 51 over 4, which is roughly 12.75. And that's pretty much it. So let's work out the general formula for a trapezoid. As each trapezoid shares a base with a trapezoid next to it, except the endpoints, we can simplify the formula to, this is a listening check, color in general formula. Okay, the height is the length of the interval divided by the number of trapezoids that we use. In other words, basically the base for the rectangle in the previous videos. So if I draw like a little graph, you can see the height between the interval A and B is, however many trapezoids we use, is B minus A divided by however many trapezoids that we use. Alright, so the area of the trapezoids is 1/2 B1 plus B2 times height. So the area is going to be 1/2. The height is B minus A over N. And then each thing added is going to be the first one, which is Y0 and Y0 and Y1. But I'm going to show you something on the side real quick. So Y0 plus Y1 would be the first bases added together. Then the next one would be Y1 plus Y2. And you can see that there are two Y1s there, so we can combine those. So you're going to have Y0 plus 2 Y1s plus, and again the next one will be Y2 plus Y3, and you see there are 2 Y2s. So basically they're going to be 2 of everything all the way to the end. The last one is just going to be by itself, which is Yn by itself. And that's all there is to it. Let's practice.